Hey guys, this is Ian back with another video review, and this is the second video of my Soundwave Chronicles, and this one will be Transformers Generations Deluxe Class Cybertronian Soundwave from War for Cybertron. This is one of the 5 War for Cybertron Deluxes generation released back in the day. This was, of course, this one, then Megatron were the 2 Decepticons, and then Bumblebee, Cliffjumper, and Optimus Prime were the 3 Autobots. How, of course, Bumblebee and Cliffjumper were just repaints. However, I did appreciate the fact that in that way, Bumblebee and Cliffjumper had different head sculpts, but that's another thing for another video. So, of course, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm just going to do a video review of what you see before you. Yeah. So, let's dig in. First, let's do size comparisons. Let's compare the vehicle mode, this one, to the vehicle mode of the Fall of Cybertron Voyager class. Now, as you can see, the Fall of Cybertron class 1 is, well, a lot bigger. It's also got some paint details that this one doesn't have. Now, whether that's accurate to the game or not, I honestly haven't looked it up and cannot tell you. But I'm sure most of them, you know, for better or for worse, it's the same basic vehicle mode, just minor differences. Personally, I prefer this one over this one, but we'll get to that in this baby's review. Let's also, while we're at it, do a size comparison of the other 2 figures I have from the War for Cybertron Generations class series. Of course, his Autobot buddy, Nemesis, Cliffjumper, and then Megatron, his leader, and then all of them together. But let's get to the figure you came to the video for, Soundwave. So, let's see. I like the vehicle mode. It's got some nice paint details, nice design. Looks really nice. Looks accurate. Rolls really well. You know, even though it's got them plastic wheels. I prefer rubber, but hey, plastic works just fine too. It's got its pros, and it works pretty decent. Something I like that the War for Cybertron figures did that the Fall of Cybertron figures haven't really done, the majority of them at least, is his guns actually store in his alt mode, and of course in his robot mode too. But why would you put him up in his alt mode? And in this one, something that the Fall of Cybertron Voyager class didn't have is it has both of his G1 weapons, as you can see here. Now you can pick them onto the side here in vehicle mode, just like so. But me personally, I don't like the way that looks. I just take them off for most of the time when I display them on the shelf, but I don't display them on the shelf in this mode anyway. So, without further ado, let's get into the transformation. Okay, so Transform Soundwave, what you want to do is first you want to come up here. We'll come to the back, and you want to grab his feet right here, and they're held on by little pegs on each side, and you just want to lift it up. And they're tabbed together back here, so when you lift one up, the other should follow. You're just going to basically want to do that. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to take the feet, and you're going to fold them down, back like that. So you're going to fold them down first, and then you're going to fold them back. You're going to fold this little hinge down. You're going to want to grab them here and separate them like so, and then you're going to rotate the feet 180 degrees. Then you're going to come to the wheel part right here and rotate it 90 degrees like so that the wheel is facing the front. And then you want to grab his waist, and you just want to fold that up and then back and just accordion it until it snaps into place like so. Then you want to come back here, and you're going to want to fold that all the way out. Fold it all the way out. Then you want to come over here and fold these down on both of the wheels, and then fold it back. Fold the wheel forward, and then fold the second joint. So there's a joint here, then you're going to fold it back on this joint right here, all the way back. Fold the wheel forward some, and then fold it all the way back again. Then you want to come grab this, and you want to fold it like that, and then rotate it down. Fold it like that, and then rotate it down. Then you'll come back here and fold these panels in, like so. Want to come grab this hand. Want to put your fingernail on that little peg right there, and just grab that peg and fold his hand up, and then rotate it so that you got his proper hand idea showing. Want to rotate his forearm 90 degrees, fold his hand up, rotate it 90 degrees, and then there you have Soundwave. I got to say it in the transformation part, by the way, but what you want to do is you want to snap his feet in when you put them into place. Sorry, I forgot to say that, guys. Please don't kill me in the comments. I've just put that so you can't, although some of you I'm sure have already done so. Yell at me for it. Shame on you, yellers. But anyway, so as you can see, I have fixed that mistake of mine, and let's get on to the buddy. So first, what you want to do, you got his two guns, you got his shoulder cannon, and just got the nice little rocket, little Gatling gun type things there. So you want to come up to this little peg on this shoulder, and you want to plug it in on that peg. There's only a peg for the gun on this shoulder, but I mean honestly, you're not going to want to put it on this shoulder, you want to put it on this shoulder. Comic book, cartoon, video game accuracy, whatever you're going for, that side works. And then of course you got this other gun, which instead of having like the G1 thing where you snapped one in, it just folds out, and then you pull it and it stays tight so it's not going to fall in. And then you just come over to this hand, just like the G1 and all that, and you plug it in. Now I don't remember him using a gun that looked just like this. In fact, their hands transform into guns, but it looks just like the G1 gun, and that's totally enough to make it cool for me. So, let's dig in. He looks a lot like the video game, and a lot like the G1 toy too. If you want to buy this because it looks like the video game, have at it. You want to buy this because it looks like a G1, because it looks enough like the G1 guy to be on your classic shelf without actually being a G1 figure or Masterpiece figure. Buy it. Well, honestly, I'd recommend the Voyager more, but like I said, that's for reasons we'll get to in that guy's video. So let's just get to some articulation, shall we? His legs are on ball joints, so you can move them forward that much, backwards that much. You can also move them, if you get everything out of the way, out that much, but legs are kind of heavy, so he doesn't really want to stay in any, but as soon as he want to stay out to the side. Now he rotates at the hip right here, 360 degrees, so you can get a lot of good poses with that. And he bends at the knee roughly 90 degrees, so you get some nice posing there. And his foot rotates 360 degrees, and it folds back roughly 90 degrees. And it got some side hinge movement because it is on a ball joint. So you got some good articulation in the legs. Move up to the waist, no waist articulation except for I guess, moving it around and a little ab crunch. But that's for transformation. Then you get up to the arms, and his arms and his shoulders are on ball socket, ball joint, so you can rotate that 360 degrees. You can't really do much more than that. You can rotate it back, of course. You can't rotate it forward or fold it up that much, but that's made up for because of this joint, you can fold it up all the way to that degree. So, get some nice thing, and it doesn't look that weird when you do so. Just like the arm, he rotates right above the elbow, the upper bicep, and 360 degrees, as you can see, and then he rotates 180 degrees at the elbow, so you get plenty of movement there. Then we come to this, and then we come to his head, and as you can see, his head can rotate 360 degrees, so that's plenty of movement, but it's not on a ball joint, that's just a little swivel, so don't try and do anything else, but you can get all Exorcist on this buddy. So that's roughly all the articulation. Like I said, he's got his guns and all that, so let's go on to size comparison with other figures, shall we? As you can see here, we got a size comparison of all these guys together. We got Soundwave Deluxe in the back, Voyager next to him, Megatron next to him, and Cliffjumper next to him. As you can see, Soundwave is a lot taller in Voyager class mode. Cliffjumper's a tad bit taller than Soundwave, and Megatron's taller than both of them. He's a good figure. He's got a lot of the look, so I'd recommend him. However, let's get into comparing him with the Voyager, shall we? That's what we really want to see. Well, let's get into it, actually. There's not too many details this one has that this one doesn't. What this one does have over it is he is far superior in size, as you can see. However, as you saw just a second ago when you throw Megatron into the mix, that doesn't work out too well for him. Of course, in IDW's things, if I remember correctly, don't quote me on this 100%, but I'm pretty sure on it, yeah. Soundwave has been bigger than Megatron and he's actually been quite big in the comics recently. Of course, that was to probably accommodate the Voyager figure, but still. Another reason I like this one more is not only is he bigger, not only more articulated, and yes, the gun problem is there, but I'll show a fix for that in his video. But he has the cassettes, as you can see, stored nicely in his chest, and you can store 3, which of course I stored the main ones: Rumble, Laserbeak, and Ravage. They're the ones I like, they're the ones I keep in his chest, the other ones I don't have, actually. But, whatever. Frenzy and Rat Bat I'd like, but I'm not into them that much. However, so if you're someone like me and you're on a budget and you still want something that's going to look fantastic, get this guy. However, I will admit that if you are not on a budget and you want him to be a little smaller than Megatron like he was in the cartoon of G1, and I'm pretty sure in the video game, then I would suggest, and you can afford to do so, of course, I would suggest getting this one and then going to Fake Buster on Shapeways and getting his Cassetticons for this guy that fit in his hole, in the hole in his chest where his guns go. You can get that set, and it works pretty well if you're willing to put the time in to put it together and paint it. It pays off. Yeah. So this has been the end of part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, which will include transforming it back into vehicle modes and final thoughts, probably reiterated.